I never imagined one night could completely change the way I looked at the woman I thought I'd marry. It all began so casually, or at least that's how she made it sound. "It'll be fun," she said with that confident smile I used to think could calm any storm. "I just want you to meet my ex, so you'll see there's nothing between us." The way she said it made me feel foolish for even hesitating. I told myself it was harmless. After all, if I trusted her, what was there to worry about? That was the point, wasn't it? To prove I wasn't the jealous type, we met at a low-lit bar downtown, soft jazz weaving to the quiet hum of chatter. I spotted him before she waved. Tall, at ease, wearing that easy grin of someone who never had to try too hard. The moment they greeted each other, something in me shifted. The warmth in her eyes. It wasn't for me. They slipped back into old rhythms effortlessly, laughing like no time had passed, like I was just an observer at their table. I tried to blend in, sipping my drink, nodding along at jokes that didn't land. But every exchange between them felt like a secret language I'd never learn. When she touched his arm mid-laughter, just for a second, it was like a blade twisting quietly beneath the surface. I told myself I was overreacting, but deep down, I knew something had changed. As the evening dragged on, the unease only grew sharper. They reminisced about trips, mutual friends, inside jokes that left me invisible in plain sight. Each laugh between them rang louder in my mind until it drowned out everything else. I smiled when expected, played the part, but I felt like a spectator at a play I was never cast in. At one point, he leaned in close to whisper something I couldn't catch. She laughed, brushed her hair aside, then turned to me with a casual, "You okay, babe? You're quiet tonight." That word, babe, wasn't affection. It was a performance, a public reassurance, a reminder to herself that I was still there. That's when I understood. She wasn't proving trust. She was testing me, watching how far I'd go to stay calm, to appear secure. I wanted to leave. Every instinct screamed this wasn't love. It was manipulation disguised as curiosity, but pride kept me seated. I refused to give her the satisfaction of seeing me jealous. When he finally stood to go, he shook my hand with that fake politeness that hides arrogance. "You got a good one," he said. I forced a smile, pretending his words didn't sting. As soon as he left, she looked at me with this quiet satisfaction. "See," she said softly, "you did great. I knew you weren't the jealous type." But all I felt was empty. The drive home was silent. Streetlights cut through the car windows, shadows sliding across her face. I wanted to ask why she needed to humiliate me under the guise of honesty, why she wanted to watch me pretend not to notice the sparks still burning between them. But the words wouldn't come. I didn't want an argument. I wanted understanding. When we pulled into the driveway, she turned and asked, "You're mad, aren't you?" Her tone wasn't worried. It was curious, like she was studying my reaction. I told her I wasn't mad, just tired. She didn't buy it. "This is what I mean," she sighed. "You hold everything in. I needed to know if you trusted me." I just stared at her, trying to make sense of the logic. To her, love wasn't about reassurance. It was about endurance. How much could I take before I broke? How far could she push before I finally said enough? That night, as she drifted off beside me, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, realizing something I didn't want to face. This wasn't the woman I wanted to marry. It had nothing to do with jealousy. It was about respect. Weeks later, I ended the engagement. She cried, said I was overreacting, that it had all been a test. But I already knew the truth. Trust isn't earned by passing someone else's test. It comes from being with someone who never felt the need to test you at all. And the cruelest part? I didn't fail hers. She failed mine.